And hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stuart Van, and welcome to my retrospective, or as I say, look back at Season 1 of my TEW Save 2020 Modern Day WWE Save. Yes, obviously this is going to be a video where we just look back at the statistics and the stats and all that, and just look back what we've done and what we've done so far, like stuff like what was the best matches, what was the best show, what was the best pay-per-view. Then have a look around, like the people I've tried to push, see if they've progressed, digressed, is any of my booking actually working, that kind of stuff. And possibly we'll look into NXT and see who we could possibly call up or sign from anything like, from territories that are in the world of professional wrestling. So, but yes, if you want to make sure you don't miss Season 2 that will be happening in the next couple of weeks, please like and subscribe, that'd be really appreciated. Let me know what you think of this whole video. And so obviously this one's just going to be a nice little back and forth. We're going to go each section by section. We're going to start off with the best batches and work our way from there. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. So yes, let's go first look at what were the best matches of Season 1 of my TEW2020 Save Modern Day WWE. Let's have a look. Let's go. So yeah, here we go. Here's the top 100 matches of the save so far. Obviously, we're going to look at the top 10 of these matches. Yes, as you can see, obviously the best match was a 63, and it was the first, was the main event of my day one. So no one beat that day one main event where Bobby Lashley defeated Big E, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins to regain the WWE Championship. So it all started from there, and it's kind of, most of the matches are quite similar. A lot of them involving Kevin Owens and Big E. Big E's got two there with 62s. One against Seth Rollins at Elimination Chamber, where he won the match and earned the right to keep his Royal Rumble win, as well as defeating Kevin Owens on a February edition of Raw. Obviously, we've got number 62 in the Elimination Chamber match itself, with Brock won it by beating Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Cesaro. I'm actually pretty proud of that match, to be fair. Obviously, we've got, was it Seth versus Ray? Got 61. Got a nice Big E. Big E's got a lot of good scores in this. I'm really trying to push him in this save. Yes, we've got, he beat Shelton Benjamin for 61. He got Drew defeated Roman Reigns in a random edition of Raw on SmackDown. Got a 61. Obviously, got Becky versus a Becky match against was it Nikki Cross? Got a 60. Bobby versus Big E on I think that was the rematch on my first Raw, or my first ever Raw booking, 59. It's pretty good. And obviously you get the Brock defeating Drew by no disqualification, got a 59. So that's the top 10. The best match, the sad truth is, the best match out of the AJ, of WrestleMania 38 was AJ versus Edge. So 59. But yeah, so it looks like I never really, it's really beginning where I got the scores, but near the tail end I didn't get as many. So that might be because of the way I booked it or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, from this it just shows that Big E's I've really pushed him, so hopefully he's putting some good score matches. So that gives me hope. Now he is, spoiler, the WWE champion, that he can still keep that run going as champion. Obviously Bobby's been killing it. Obviously Drew's been doing well as well. Obviously we've got Seth, we've got Kevin, the big hit hitters, all hitting quite good scores for the top 10. And that's really good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So hopefully that's the 63 is the score to beat in Season 2. I think I could do that. I think I've built some people quite well. So hopefully if I can get 63 in a show, that would be the score to beat. So fingers crossed for Season 2. So yeah, so that's the best matches. Or the top 10 best matches on my Season 1 save so far. So the question is, what was the best show? So let's find out. So let's go next. We'll look at what was the best TV show from Raw and SmackDown of my Season 1 save. Let's go. Yeah, so here we go. We look at was it Raw and SmackDowns of Season 1 of my Modern Day WWE save. Obviously, the top score was 65, and it was for WWE Raw, a Week 3 February edition. Obviously, a main event with Big E defeating Kevin Owens for 62. Obviously, that got on top 10 as well, so it's probably makes sense that the best matches are also in the best show. Obviously, we had AJ versus All Masters, good stuff there. We had Dominic Stewart beating The Miz. We probably got the only big score we got that for 73 from Edge. We had obviously Rhea Ripley against, Rhea Ripley in action. We had Finn Balor going against Cedric Alexander for 37. That was actually not great, actually. But yeah, it's good stuff here. I mean, was pretty happy with that. 65. Obviously, that was the build-up leading up to Elimination Chamber, so not surprised that did well. Obviously, the best show of SmackDown was a 61, and that was also in February. February was a good month for me. Obviously, that's when Brock defeated Drew McIntyre by no disqualification for 59. Obviously, we had matches between the Usos and the New Day. That was building up to that big match. Obviously, Ricochet versus Mustafa Ali for 50. Good stuff there. And yeah, it was a pretty good match. I think the main event kind of saved it because there was a lot of 31s, 35s, 27s. I think that Shayna Baszler and Naomi 27 is not. I'm still not happy with that one. So I'm not happy with that. But yeah, good stuff there. Obviously, next we have obviously another Raw. Obviously, this was a March edition, so the good thing is a build up to WrestleMania, my WrestleMania. So obviously, the main event was the big one with the whole thing with Big E trying to choosing the opponents for Bobby Lashley. Obviously, he picked Randy Orton, defeated him because of mistake by Riddle. Obviously, we know what happened there. 57 there. Obviously, we had Damian Priest defending his United States Championship for 54. We had obviously Finn Balor team Rey Mysterio going against Seth Rollins and The Miz. That got a good 53. We got was AJ versus Dolph Ziggler was a pretty good match. Obviously, that was a fell thing with Edge and AJ kind of not agreeing against the Dirty Dogs. That kind of stuff. So all kind of stuff there. We had Gary Stevenson to beat Omos for 22. We had sure I have to put some words, but we went for a double countout victory for this. That feud between Alpha Academy and the Street Profits, and pretty good stuff there. We got Bianca Belair still trying to not get taken out with the bounty that Becky Lynch put on her to go into that storyline. So that's pretty good. 61. So that's the good story there. Obviously, for the next one is 61, and it's February, the first week of February. We obviously got the main event with Edge. Big E teaming with Dominic Mysterio to defeat Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens in a 59 good main event. That was pretty solid. Obviously, the Finn Balor versus Shelton Benjamin for 8, not great. We obviously got good angles by AJ Styles, getting 66 there, and we got was a good one with Edge getting angles well. So basically, there were 2 count the show. So good stuff there. More. I think this is when Theo was still around. Obviously, he got injured during the show. Was it in that week of February? Obviously, Edge defeated him in the 459s. But yeah, good show. Obviously, a good tag main event. So I can see why I got a 61. So good stuff there. So obviously now we've got 5, 6, and 7 are all SmackDown events. Now 60 here. It was when Drew McIntyre defeated Roman Reigns thanks to distraction from Brock Lesnar for 61. We had Nakamura defending his Intercontinental Championship against Sheamus for 53. We had Kofi Kingston going against Jey Uso for 37. We had Sami Zayn in, if I remember correctly, the semi-final or the quarterfinals or semi-finals of the Intercontinental tournaments that I was building up. Or was it? No, that was February. So I have to remember that was the one where it was the build-up to Elimination Chamber where I was trying to put everyone facing everyone. I think that works. Obviously got, and then we obviously got, Brock Lesnar, one battle royal to earn the right to be in the match in general. So good stuff there. So 60. Obviously, so that was a good show, pretty good. Got a good rating there. And obviously another SmackDown. Obviously that was in January, the second week of January. Cesaro defeated Sami Zayn, Sheamus, and Brock Lesnar for a 54 main event. I think if I remember correctly, that was a match to build up for Cesaro versus Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble match. Tag team match, obviously Brock, I remember correctly, Brock was not happy with that. Obviously Naomi versus Shotzi got 14s, too disappointed by that. Obviously got Nakamura against Jinder Mahal just in a random match, 49. Finally get his victory against the guy that beat him when he was WWE champion. We had a big the New Day defending the titles against Mustafa Ali and Angel Garza, and obviously we've got Drew defeated Happy Corbin for 55. So that was also a good show as well. Nice 60 there. But yes, obviously number 7, number 159. Got main event was Shinsuke Nakamura, and this is like January. It's really good stuff here. Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Sami Zayn to retain his WWE Intercontinental Championship at the time. We had a double count out between Sasha Banks and Shayna Baszler. We had Charlotte defending her WWE SmackDown Women's Championship against Naomi. We had the Usos defeating the Viking Raiders and the Viking Raiders and Angel Garza and Mustafa Ali, and Drew defeated Sheamus in a kind of warm-up match going into the Royal Rumble. So, yep, and obviously after that we got 2 more Raws that took it. Obviously, AJ defeated, this was on July, the go-home show before Royal Rumble. Finn and AJ defeated Bobby and Cedric Alexander in a 52 main event. You got Big E defeated Chad Gable in a 49. It's pretty good. You had Randy Orton defeated Shelton Benjamin for 53. You had a good match between Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair teaming up to go against Becky Lynch and Zelina Vega, and obviously, and then we had a nice 35 there for Alexa Bliss going against Liv Morgan. So yeah, that's good. I think that was not a bad go home show for the Raw. The go home show before Royal Rumble. So obviously we got 58 Roger Jew, was it? We got Damian Priest defending his US title against Seth Rollins in the middle event, 49. This is in March, so that's maybe not a good thing. Was it Kevin Owens defeated? Was it Rey Mysterio for 48? We had Randy Orton against Otis for 58. We had Finn Balor versus The Miz for 47, and we had Bianca Belair defeated Zelina Vega by disqualification for 34. But yeah, good stuff there. It was for 40 hours. Pretty happy at the time, if I remember. So obviously, and the 10th best show of season 1 so far is a SmackDown, and it's 58, and it was a main event between Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. And I think of his match, it's probably that build up. It was probably the build up. It's probably the semi-final match for the IG title number 1 contendership tournament that I did, and I think it was set up to be self as Drew McIntyre. Obviously, we had Brock coming in, beating up Jey Uso 46. We had Sasha Banks defeated Shotzi for 42. Sheamus defeated Ricochet for 44. And yeah, obviously had Cesaro defeated Drew Gulak for 45. And yeah, and obviously I got Dragunov, I put her against Jinder Mahal in the pre-show for 27. So yeah, all round 60s, 50s. It's a good start, but I hope to be hitting, hopefully by the time SummerSlam, if I can figure out this game is, I'm hoping to get a good round of, get to the high 60s, maybe 70s. That would be the dream. So that would be the dream to do. Fingers crossed that my booking works for that. So yeah, so that's the plan for season 2. But that's just double check that the best match of my save so far is 65, and it happened in week 3 in February with the build up to Elimination Chamber. So the aim is to beat that next year or in season 2. So let's find out. So next we will look at the most improved wrestler. Basically look at the kind of wrestlers that I have kind of pushed and see if it's actually worked, or has I booking been so bad that it's made them worse. Let's find out. So let's go over and look at who's improved under my reign as booker. Let's have a look. Let's go. So yes, let's start with SmackDown. Obviously, normally we go Raw, but I want to start SmackDown because SmackDown's my show. Brought up with it, and I enjoy SmackDown way more than Raw. If I had a choice between booking one or the other, it would be SmackDown. Always is the case. But yes, let's go quickly have a look. So let's go and start with Cesaro. Obviously, really try to push him. We've obviously tried to put him against Roman Reigns. We've built him up in it. There you got to the final of the IC Intercontinental Nominated Tournament. He did win the Andre Giant Moore Battle Royal that would number contendership against Roman. So so I'm intrigued to see if any of my booking actually worked. Let's have a look. Yep, and let's have a look. So it looks good. Obviously, when we took over, he was on a 40. I think that's a bit low for Cesaro, but I think that's pretty good. So obviously 40, and it seems like a gradual, obviously a 41. Didn't use him too much in February, but in March, we obviously got a 47, and he must have got I think they got a big boost after that big win at WrestleMania 38. So 49, so 9 points difference for my first 3 months in charge. So hopefully in Phil we can get him up to at least a good 60. So if we keep this momentum going, a 50 or 60, we can get him up to so end at SummerSlam. He should be ready. So a good score to possibly win a big title. Might not, maybe not. We don't know. But so that's 49. I'm happy with that. Obviously, another person that I would like to. Obviously, another person that obviously he won the IC title from Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania. So let's see where he was. See if I've done anything good there. Let's have a look and see where we've gone. So he's gone down. Not so great. So obviously, that win at WrestleMania didn't actually help. He's on his 60s. He's only got down by 2 points. So I don't think it's the end of the world. I think it might be because of he's kind of been lurking around. Like obviously, he did win the Royal Rumble, and obviously he was in that Elimination Chamber match where he lost. So he's just about got his big wins. So hopefully, if I bought my plans for the IC title, boost it up, then hopefully that'll boost him up. But yeah, I mean, it's just not the greatest, but it's just would like to do better. So, but yeah, so that's not great, but it's not terrible. 2 points, you can pick them up quite easily. So obviously, yeah. Then obviously after that, let's have a look. So who else have we got? So who else have we got on my list? Obviously, we got on SmackDown, we got Sasha Banks. Really trying to push her. Obviously with the women's, she won the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship against Charlotte at WrestleMania. Let's see if she's been boosted or not. I've got a bad feeling about this, but let's have a look. She has just a little bit though. It's just been a slow progress because obviously it's been little mini feuds and obviously just about. But at 45 when I took over in January, and now at the start of April, it's 47. So 2 points difference, not a great thing, but obviously she's just won the title, so I plan to do good things with Sasha Banks. So hopefully, fingers crossed, she can do some cool stuff there. So yeah, cool stuff there. So that's fingers crossed we can boost it up with her being champion now. Because I actually respect the champions and I want to really build them up. So so let's have another look on who else we can see who we've pushed here. Let's have a look at Drew Gulak. Obviously, we tried to really push him with. Obviously Ricochet, trying to make them a tag team, and obviously it's gone quite well so far. I think it has, and it's like a 10-point difference. It was 25 when he started in January, and he's got a 10 points difference. Obviously a big boost in April from 30 to 35 from March to April. Pretty good here, but yeah, I'm happy with that because obviously I think Drew Gulak's like really a comical good character. He's really good in the ring. He has a comical timing that could work. Put that together, he's a likeable character, he's good in the ring. It's all the hallmarks for something that's really, really good. So I hope to do something cool with Drew Gulak there. So who else? Oh, we forgot to look at the former Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Let's have a look what we've done there. Obviously, he was the IC title for most of my first season, if not all of first season. We trying to put more title defenses, trying to make him more of a fighting champion than anything else. And let's see what we did. So a big swing there. Obviously shows he didn't really lose a lot of matches during my first 3 months. Because obviously he's IC champion. I don't think a champion should lose unless he loses the title. So obviously starting out at 15, obviously a 6-point swing. It's been a slow build, but obviously in March he did a good build there, and obviously in April lost the title, but he's still a good build, 56. Let's hope we can build that up more in the coming weeks and months ahead. So I'm happy with that. Let's see who else have we got on here. Let's have a look. Let's look at Toni Storm. Obviously, I wanted to really push her because obviously when you got Toni Storm in your roster, you got to do something, right? So let's have a look what we did. Yeah, good. There we go. Went down a bit in March, but it's gone up. So it's gone up from what she was, 2 points. To be fair, she's only had one feud, and that's Xia Li. So obviously this, I hope to push her more, and obviously I need to really build that SmackDown Women's division because it is a bit bare. Gotta be honest, it is a bit bare. So who else we got? Obviously Xia Li. I tried to push a little bit with a feud with Toni Storm. Let's see if that's done anything for her popularity. Yes, it's done. It's obviously a lot of 20s, but obviously 25s, 5 boosts, probably because of that big win with Toni Storm. So I like that. So that's happy. I mean, obviously I tried. Xia Li is amazing in the ring, so hopefully if I can think of a cool character for her, we can do something there. Nothing crazy here. I think we've gone through everyone. So good, obviously. Good, some bad. Nothing too catastrophic on the SmackDown. So I think my booking slowly, but it's a long haul for that, for SmackDown. Let's have a look at Raw. Let's have a look at Raw here. See what we've done. So let's have a look. So we've got AJ Styles. Let's have a look. Obviously, he got a big win against Edge at WrestleMania. It's AJ, so I've got big plans for him. So, it's obviously not a crazy build, but obviously from 60 to 64 in 3 months. Pretty happy with that. Obviously, you got a big win at WrestleMania, so was 60s, 60s, both in the 60s in January and February. I didn't do much. He was kind of really building the idea of that feud with Edge, and obviously 61 in March, and then obviously in April, got a 64, nice 3-point boost, probably because of that big win he got at Edge. So yeah, so I've got, hey, when you got AJ in your roster, you've got to do some stuff, and we can't just waste him, and that's what I'm not going to do with AJ Styles. That's good, so that's a 4-point difference. That's very good there. Who else have we got? Let's have a look at Alexa Bliss. Obviously, when she started off, she was still kind of crazy under the spell of Bray Wyatt. So obviously not accompanying this save in 1.5 years. So obviously she's now out of control, and her story is the idea of redemption. And obviously I've tried to build her up. She got a good kind of showing. Let's see what she's done here. What's happened here? Looks like it's gone up. It's gone a bit weird, the game, but it's gone up and down. But it looks like it's like she's started off well, gone down and back up. So she actually hasn't gained anything. So that's not a good idea on my part. So yeah, I've got to work on that, but I haven't done much with her yet. So I'm intrigued to see what I do. I have to come up with something cool here with Alexa Bliss. Who else have we got here? Obviously, let's look at Becky Lynch first. See if I've got a feeling that she's gone down. Probably because they haven't wrestled much, and obviously she's still the WWE Women's Champion. It's not supposed to be the way it was supposed to go. And let's have a look. Yeah, she's gone down by 2 points, but that's fine. It's only 2-point difference. That could be easily rectified. Really, it's just only like it's gone down, but I haven't really used her in the wrestling She hasn't really wrestled that much. I've kind of used her more as a backstep kind of wrestler, but 2 points, not great, but obviously she's the Warriors champion, and it would be interesting to see what, spoiler, she wasn't supposed to be, but messed up on the game on my end, kind of messed that all up. So yeah, so obviously we've got the person that's supposed to be the Warriors champion. It will be rectified very soon. Obviously Bianca Belair, see if there's anything benefit from her push. Going to really try to push her. Yes, another 6-point swing. Obviously start at 40 up to, she got a big, obviously I think when she won the Royal Rumble in January, big spike to 46, and she hasn't really changed since then. I'm only worried there is that that's as far as she can go, because obviously if you play this game enough, you know that there's a limit of how high you can go. So I'm a bit worried there, but we'll see what happens in the coming months to see if that's a trend. So let's look at the person I'm really proud of the booking I've done here. Big E, kind of using the whole Hangman and Page storyline, using Big E because I think it could work. Obviously started off as WWE champion, lost the title to Bobby Lashley, and the whole story was redemption and to get the title back and reach confidence. And it's kind of worked, because obviously he started off as a 60. Obviously you can see he's gone down 48 on February. March he's gone up 65, and then obviously that big win at WrestleMania 66. So 66 for WWE champion. That's pretty damn good. If I can build him up, if I can get him up to a 70, I would be a happy man. But hopefully he hasn't hit a peak. And with Big E, as you can see in the matches, he's put on a lot of top high quality matches the last couple of months. So hopefully if I can do that again, he's going to have a very successful and very entertaining title reign. So I look forward to that. Look at Bobby Lashley. Obviously he was WWE champion for the majority of my save. That's how to see if that loss at WrestleMania has really affected him. Let's have a look. No, it's done the same thing. It's obviously started off as 60. Good 61, obviously champion, but obviously that seems like loss has made him go up, not down. It's probably because it's a big loss at WrestleMania, so it's like no one really loses here. But yeah, I mean 65, so the champion 66, the former champion 65, all on a good level. Hopefully I can make that a difference. Let's have a look who else I've pushed here. We've got Damian Priest, obviously the former United States champion, obviously holding it for a majority of the save, and I really try to push him. So look what I've done here. Yep, really big swing. I really tried to push him as a fighting champion from 40 on January to now 50 on April. That's really good. So hopefully, the good thing about that, if you put him against someone at a similar level or a bit higher, that should get better scores on the save. So yeah, but 50, I'm happy with that. I put a lot of work into it, so I wanted to be a fighter champion, not kind of his reign he had in real life was a bit underwhelming. So, but yeah, good 10-point swing. Obviously, she hasn't figured out what I'm going to do yet, because obviously she's not champion anymore. So I'm going to be intrigued to see what I come up with. Sometimes I surprise myself, but that's good. So that's Damian Priest. Who else we got? Dominic Mysterio is a big one we've been trying to push. Obviously the stuff in real life they're doing with the Judgment Day. I want it to be more of a kind of him, like, instead of like turning on his father, kind of more like saying, "Father, I need to do this on my own," and kind of proving to everyone that he's more than just Rey Mysterio's son type thing, and more of that kind of redemption arc. And wow, that's got to be the biggest jump I have done so far. Look at that. He started on a 30, it went down to a 28, but then March and April, look at that, a huge jump from a 28 to a 45, and then a 47. I mean, he could be in the 50s very soon. He's very close to Big E and Bobby Lashley. A couple more wins, that would do. I like that. So that'd be a cool stuff there. So yeah, W2, I do have plans for you, but yeah, that's a huge jump. That's got to be great progress there. Obviously, that's having a quick look at the newly turned heel. Obviously, I haven't done it in the game just yet because I'm still trying to figure that out. So let's have a look for him. He's probably gone down a bit. No, he's only got about 1. That's not terrible. I mean, if I can get him back to 70, I'll be very happy there. But yeah, obviously, I've turned him heel in my story. Haven't done it in the game just yet. Obviously, I'll rectify that. But yeah, it's a heel edge. Nothing. No, this is not like anything new, but I'm going to take a little bit of a strange direction on it. But 61 from a 60, that's not bad. Not great though. But yes, that's Finn Balor. Obviously, I pushed him. Sort of, he's been involved, but I haven't really pushed him just yet. So let's see where he is. He's but it seems to work. He's gone from a 40 in the start of the save to 52, so a 12-point swing. And wow, I mean, I put him in basically in the US title scene and really pushed that kind of him being involved. Storyline wise, obviously it's been a bit more nuanced, but I do plan to use Finn more because if you've got Finn Balor in your roster, why are you not booking him? I don't get that. I don't get that myself. But yeah, so let's have a look at Gareth Stevenson's. Obviously, that was just a debut. I don't see him getting a big swing. Obviously, I really want to push him kind of like in the pre-games here. Yes, it's obviously worked that. Obviously, I only pushed him on about March 2020, and obviously 25, 34. He's gone from 20 to 34. That's impressive. I've really pushed him as this kind of like man that works hard and works his way up. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. So, what I decide to do with him, because I'm still on the fence actually. Still on the fence what to do. So I'll figure something out. But yes, that's obviously from 20 to the 34. That is very, very good. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look at KO. Obviously, he's been in that storyline with Dominic Mysterio, so hopefully, he hasn't lost anything. That's not good. So yes, he's gone from 60 to 47. That's probably because I've put him get a lot of big victories, stuff like Dominic Mysterio and other wrestlers. So he's lost a lot of points there, but I think he can pick them up quite easily if I just give him a couple more big, more wins than losses. So that's fine. That's more my booking thing. But you got to do that sometimes. To big someone up, you've got to maybe take down someone down. KO, I will do something about that, but that's not great. But I think that's because of me focusing more on others than KO. So, but yeah, but obviously that's look at Liz Morgan. Obviously, in real life, she's really been pushed quite well. Let's see if anything I've done has worked. Yeah, it's a bit up and down. I have to admit, that kind of scores kind of shows the booking I've been doing. Yes, that's kind of an up and down kind of thing. Yeah, 32, 30, so 2 points difference. That's not bad. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. Obviously, who else are we going to look at? Let's have a look at Nikki Cross. See what we've done there. She's gone from anything. She's gone down 2 points, but again, that's not surprising. I haven't really used her to her fullest potential just yet. Let's see what Randy's doing. It's always good to see Randy Orton. What he is doing at the moment. Obviously, in real life, he is injured, and there's probably a good chance he's not coming back for a while, if you believe rumours. Let's see if this game wants to show me what to do. Yep, here we go. And here we go. So, that's not terrible. It's gone from a 70 to a 67. But I think he's been a lot of tag team matches. He's lost a couple, and obviously got that big turn from Riddle. So, hopefully it doesn't terrible. But that's not terrible. I can get back them points quite easily. But yes, obviously Rey Mysterio. No, let's look at Rhea Ripley. Obviously, let's have a look. Obviously, in real life, she's really been pushed as kind of like the big leader of the Judgment Day. But in this case, I've just pushed her as bad as she is. She's gone from a 30 to a 42. Wow, that's another 12-point swing to her. I really, again, just big wins, putting her in prominent positions. Rhea Ripley is a star in the making, and I'm going to make sure I push her to be one of the top wrestlers on Raw, and that's what I'm going to do. But yes, let's have a look what else we've got. What else we got? Let's look at Seth. I think I've looked at this before. This depresses me in so many ways. You obviously won the US title in that ladder match at the start of WrestleMania 38. I thought it made sense, him being the US champion, but I think I've absolutely screwed the pooch with him. 70-56. Yeah, not great. I think it's probably because a couple of losses he's had, and obviously I've used him more to build up other wrestlers. But again, same with KO and Seth. I'm going to have to try and push them back up. But I think I'm getting back to that 70 quite well. But it's way it is sometimes. I think to get it back, I can get that back up quite nicely. But that's not great. That's my poor booking on my end. So I'm still got to learn. So let's have a look at what else we got. So one more thing. Let's look at the Miz before we close up this section. Yes, let's have a look. He probably hasn't been built up too much. He's gone down a bit from 50 to 41. Again, used him more as a platform for other wrestlers, so it's not surprised that some have elevated quite well and others have decreased. So hopefully I can maybe balance that out in next season. That's the plan. So so obviously a lot of big stuff there. Obviously a lot of talk. Obviously SmackDown's gone quite well. A lot of people balanced out, but Raw it's been a bit over the place. Like Seth, I've completely screwed the pooch with. KO, I've really lost. He's really lost a lot of momentum. Edge has gone down a little bit, but Big E's done well. Bianca Belair's done well. Dominic Mysterio's definitely done really well. So I'm happy with it, but it just shows I've got a lot more work to do, and that's fine because that's the whole point of this save. So so obviously we've looked at who's the most improved. So now we're got two more things I want to look at before the end of this video. Obviously, next one's going to be let's look at the best. What was the best pay per view? There was four pay per views on this show, on this save in season 1. So let's see what was the highest scoring. Let's have a look. Let's go. Yeah, obviously we had only 4 pay per view shows on the card on this one. Obviously we had day 1. Obviously where kind of just reworked the booking they already had. Obviously we had the Royal Rumble, we had the Elimination Chamber, and we had my version of WrestleMania 38. Obviously, as you can see here, the best scoring one was the Elimination Chamber. No surprise, because obviously a lot of the shows were high rating. I mean, he was on fire on that month. Obviously, a 64. Obviously, a 62 main event with Brock winning the Elimination Chamber against Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Cesaro. Obviously, we had Bobby Lashley defending the WWE Championship against Finn Balor, AJ Styles, Edge in a fatal 4-way. For 50, that was really good. Obviously, we had a situation where Charlotte defended her title in a fatal 4 as well for 42. Dominic defeated KO for 52. That's probably why his score's gone down. Becky defeated both Rhea Ripley and Liz Morgan to retain her WWE World Women's Championship. We had Drew and Ricochet winning their match with Angel Garza. It's Angel Garza and Mustafa Ali for a 44, and we got Big E defeated Seth Rollins for 62. Obviously, that was the second best match of the show so far. Obviously, we got the best rating, 72 from that. Obviously, we get 70s from Seth and a 73 from Seth and 70 from Edge on a previous Raw. And obviously, we both defended their Raw Tag Team title successfully for 54 at the Elimination Chamber. So good stuff there. Good stuff. Happy with that. So obviously the best scoring that I've booked is the 64. Obviously the second best was day 1. Obviously the first ever thing we ever booked on this season. Obviously the best match. Apparently, obviously Big E defending his title against Big E was Bobby Lashley winning the WWE Championship against Big E, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins for 63. Becky Lynch defending her title against Liz Morgan for 46. Edge defeated The Miz for 54. Akibo defended the title against Street Profits for 51. Drew defeated Matt Moss for 48. And obviously the New Day versus the Usos. The New Day won the WWE SmackDown Tag Championships against Usos for 50. And a couple of changes on the pre-show. But at 56, I was pretty happy with that. But it's not really my booking. It's really kind of reworking what they did before. So yeah, it's kind of thing. Obviously, the third best show is 55 for WrestleMania 38. Very disappointing. Obviously, I kind of screwed up the whole broadcasting thing, so it's probably why the ratings isn't great. But I think I did well. Obviously, we have Roman defending his WWE Universe Championship against Brock for 50. You've got Becky, shouldn't have won that, but she did defend her by cheating to defend her WWE War Women's Championship against Bianca Belair for 47. Obviously, we had Big E win his WWE Championship back from Bobby Lashley. Had Drew finally win the IC title and have his WrestleMania moment against Shinsuke Nakamura. So win the Andre the Barrymore Battle Royal. We had obviously Sasha Banks tapping out Charlotte Flair to win the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. We had Alpha Academy defeating the RK Bro and Street Profits after betrayal from Riddle on Randy Orton to win the WWE World Tag Team Championship. Shayna Baszler won the women's version of the SmackDown, the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. And obviously we got AJ Styles defeating Edge. And we had the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Viking Raiders getting the win against the New Day, Angel Garza and Mustafa Ali. And the Usos for 46. And yes, and obviously Seth won the US title in a ladder match between Damian Priest, Kevin Owens, The Miz, Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. And I think it was a great show, but the rating's not as great as I was like. I was hoping to beat that 64, but I didn't quite get there. I don't know if it was booking or maybe broadcasting. I don't know. But it's the way it is. But obviously the fourth and probably last, not bad rating, but I think it was my first pay-per-view to book by myself, was 53, and that was the Royal Rumble. Obviously, Big E won the Royal Rumble for 51. Obviously, we got, Roman Reigns defeated herself for the Universe Championship for 44. Becky defending her title against Rhea Ripley for 50. RK Bros defeating the Hurt Business in a cage match for 53. You had obviously Bobby Lashley defending against his WWE Championship against Finn Balor for 46, and obviously Bianca Belair won the women's Royal Rumble for a 42. And yeah, so I thought it was a good show. So yes, obviously that the prize goes for Elimination Chamber is the best show I booked in season 1. Hopefully the aim, as always with the shows, was I think it's 64. This is a 64 as well. So the aim is if I get a 65 or at least high 60s in the next 4 months of booking, that's the plan. So that should be good. So I cannot wait for that. So one more thing we've got to do before we wrap this up is we're going to go through NXT and see who could I call up. There's a lot of good wrestlers in NXT at the moment on this save as well. So yeah, let's find out. Let's look who could I call up? Who could I integrate into my booking and see who I can really push? Let's have a look. Let's go. So yeah, as you can see, I've obviously got NXT's roster up here. Obviously, just a minor note, I have on the search engine gone from a 25 to 100 because obviously from who I can actually bring up is people that are in the 30s that I can actually kind of push slowly, and I obviously won't have to get lower scores that can actually hold their own when they start. So that's why I've done this. That's why there are more people in this than normal. So let's have a look. So obviously we've got Beth Phoenix, known really, obviously she commentated this on this save real life. She left, but yeah. So obviously you got, was it Brian Kendrick maybe? But obviously without a cruiserweight division, it's kind of pointless. So where he is perfectly fine. Braun Breaker for 30 possibly. I'm still not sure what to do with him. Like in real life, obviously he's just a dominant champion. But I just like, what interesting story can I do with that? I can't think of one. So maybe not Braun Breaker. Obviously, but 30 is a good score. He could do well if you put him in a lot of squash matches and build up his potential. So that's cool. You obviously got Cameron Grimes for 26 there. I like Cameron Grimes. I liked his whole he's rich but he's not a bad guy type thing. But then they kind of ruined it when NXT changed to NXT 2.0. I liked that whole thing. So maybe he's a heel here, but he's kind of more of a cool heel. I could do something for him. I can't think what it would be, but possibly he might be on the list. But Cameron Grimes, I do love his character. Obviously, we've got Candice LeRae, obviously the wife of Johnny Gargano. I don't know if he's been released or he's just not on the game. Or I just got to do a bit of searching. But I want to get Johnny Gargano back on Raw, so maybe he might be an option. But yes, obviously he's 26. That'd be good with the range of maybe some going SmackDown, maybe. Get some people who can really build up that division as well. And yeah, because obviously I need to build up the women's divisions because they are looking a bit bare on both Raw and SmackDown. Mostly SmackDown. Obviously got Connor J for 26. So 21, obviously I don't think he's ready just yet. Obviously what they're doing here on NXT is pretty good. So not yet, but maybe one for the future. You got Dakota Kai, 32. I love Dakota Kai. Apparently in here she's still managed by Raquel Gonzalez. I could do that. I don't know what storyline I can explain why all of a sudden they like each other instead of hate each other. Maybe it's just me, but 33 they're good. 32 I mean. Yeah, I end up put on SmackDown, maybe put it on Raw. She got a good score. Put against someone that's in the 50s. That's good stuff. We've got Danny Burch. Obviously, they're part of the tag team. 20. That's still a bit low. I don't think they would do well. I would have to really push them, build them up slowly, maybe on the problem is I don't have like a secondary show, so I can't really build them up. So maybe not yet, but maybe in the future, maybe. Got Dexter Lumis for 31. Again, I what the story doing in Raw I like, but I don't know yet. But I think something up. I don't think just yet. You've got Kelly. I can't pronounce her name properly. I apologise, but that's 27. Again, I think they're still doing the whole on this save. They're still doing the whole toxic attraction. She's doing well there, so I don't think it's fair to hold them up. Sadly, I don't know who that is, but with them scores, no hope in hell. Io Shirai. Io Shirai definitely. I think I'm still tempted to maybe just put Dakota Kai and Io Shirai together because obviously in real life it works. Maybe just keep that formula here, push them over as a tag team, make them be a force to reckon with on SmackDown. Maybe might be a way to go. You got James Drake, obviously from the Grizzled Young Veterans. I'm very tempted to push up because obviously I think they could be a really good tag team with Built, and I do like that kind of whole, I just thought that whole thing. It's really cool. So 22, I could do that. You got Kaylee Ray, obviously 26. Again, a bit lower than maybe like the others, but I could easily put her on SmackDown or put her on Raw, but maybe put her in a tag team. Maybe I'll put her with someone that's got a higher score and build her up that way. I can see it. We'll see what happens there. Kushida. I would love to put him on Raw and SmackDown, but I mean I could see him being in that IC title division doing really well. But 33, good, but he's a light heavyweight, and his best work was in New Japan. I don't know if I could book him up to a standard that would be good, but maybe I don't know. I have to think about it, but I don't think he's on my list just yet. Obviously got LA Knight for 31. Again, good stuff. I could see him. I could build him up. Definitely obviously on SmackDown. He's doing really well now. He's LA Knight, pretty good. So I could do something with him. Maybe not. Obviously got Mandy Rose. No, I think she's better where she is at the moment. Also realised she left because of the whole was it Naked Pictures type situation, and she's making a lot of money. So I don't think she'll be coming back anytime soon. But it's good stuff there. 31, but I don't think she'd be up for what I want to do. Possibly because obviously they're still part of the Imperium. I don't know. I'm still on the fence if I want to call up Imperium as a whole. Possibly. But he would be a good addition. But he is the reigning NXT Tag Team Champion. Obviously not a wrestler, and obviously he's better than NXT. Kevin Nash Carter, no. Especially from all the allegations that there's things are not going to be called up on my save. Got Pete Dunne, 27. I think that's really low. Should be way higher. But yeah, he's definitely on the list of people I could call up because it's Pete Dunne. And if you just put him as a monster or a person that just loves to fight, got yourself a perfectly good wrestler there. And he can push them up. And he's going to be a huge star. He's only 29, so yeah. Obviously got Raquel Gonzalez, obviously 31. Again, apparently she's still with Dakota Kai. Could be a cool little team there that I could see going well. Possibly do a team where she goes with, I got to explain it, sort of. But I think maybe I could do a team where like was it Io Shirai and Dakota Kai team up, and obviously like Raquel Gonzalez is the silent muscle, and just basically do a team like that. Maybe might be an idea. Road Dogg, no chance in hell. He's better than NXT. Which side? That's again. He's more of a road agent. Nothing to be there. Roderick Strong, 31. The problem with Roderick Strong is he's a fantastic pro wrestler. Character-wise, I don't know what he could do on a Raw or SmackDown. As Diamond Mine and here, he works well because he's kind of more of a He's more of an MMA kind of like boxer type background thing where he's more of a fighter than a character. But he worked in the Undisputed Era because obviously you're with his mates, so he always brings out the best you when you're more comfortable with your mates. But I don't know, but I just don't think not yet. Got Samoa Joe, 50. I could. He is the NXT champion. Obviously, he did win it and he was injured in real life. But Samoa Joe is tempting, but I don't know. Very tempting. There was Shawn Michaels. Point out, I could put him as a road agent. I'm very tempted, spoiler here, for putting with the because obviously one of my storylines, spoiler here a little bit, is entered. I want to bring back GMs. I want to make it clear that Raw and SmackDown are separate shows, and I think having Shawn Michaels as a GM would be an interesting idea. Let me know in the comments below if you like that idea. I like that idea. Obviously you have, but yeah. So obviously we've got Ted DiBiase. Yeah, I still think he works. I don't know what else to do with him. Maybe obviously you could put him in Cameron Grimes. That whole storyline was actually really fun. And I actually enjoyed that, and the way they screwed it up, I'm not happy with. But that's the way it was back then. Obviously, you got Wade Barrett. He could be on commentary, possibly 30. Yeah, possibly. I think he's all right at NXT at the moment. Got Walter is the one. Walter's one. Obviously, 28 would have to do a lot of work, but Walter's basically whole thing is about destroying people. I'm still on the fence if I want to really bring up Imperium. I would love to because I love Imperium, but I don't know just yet. But he's high on the list of people I want to call up. Obviously, got Wesley, the other member of what's the tag team name? Can't remember the tag team name. Yeah, MSK. That's it. Obviously, not a thing anymore. So that's cool. Obviously, we got William Regal. Was to say we didn't leave to go to AEW. 40 there. I still think he's a perfect GM as well. So maybe he might be on the list for GM. So maybe that thing. And obviously, got Zach Gibson, Liverpool's number one. I like 22. Again, put him with James Drake. I think I really want to push them up with the tag division because I think them on SmackDown and maybe on Raw would just they'd be huge if I pushed them really well. So yeah, they're on the list. But these obviously there are others, but these are the ones that could actually succeed with the numbers. You know, like popularity. Because I don't want to put someone like 17 and like it'll take too long. So someone like 22, 23, 30s gives me time to slowly build them up and do well. So yes, these are the kind of options I have. Obviously, I could go to AEW and rate them. I got some companies, but at the moment, I just want to keep it in house. At the moment, see what I can do with what I've got instead of just kind of putting the big bucks and trying to get big names. I could do that, but I really want to actually build stars. It's kind of. I'm a big fan of Paul Heyman and the way he books, and that's how he did. Kind of take what you got and just build them up, or use what their strengths are and just build them up. That's what I'm going to try and do in this save. And that's what Season 2 is going to be all about. So hopefully next season I will have a lot of top-rated stars on my roster. We'll find out. So obviously that's the end. And that's going to do a nice little roundup and kind of a little reminder of what's going to happen in Season 2 of my TEW2020 save, Modern Day WWE. Let's find out. So yeah, let's go over and just wrap this up. So yeah, that's my progress and what's happened in my season 1 of my TW save, Modern Day WWE save. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. Obviously, a lot of big up. Obviously, Dominic Mysterio's big push is really impressed by that. Obviously, Seth Rollins and KO's kind of decline is a problem, but I will work on that. I can see I've used them popularity to build up others, so I need to work on that. I'm happy with stuff like Drew doing well, Nakamura doing well, Cesaro's progressing quite nicely, and obviously others. On SmackDown, it's going well. Raw, it's like up and down. But a lot of stuff there when it comes to progress. Obviously, I'm happy with 64. 64 is probably like the height we got when it comes to numbers on our shows. The aim is to beat that in Season 2, so fingers crossed with that. And also, obviously, who I could call up. Obviously, the Imperium is top on my list. Obviously, and maybe the grizzle young veterans is definitely up there for two I would like to push as well. Obviously, got Dakota Kai is up there, Iosu Rai and Raquel Gonzalez, maybe possibly as a team going up. I don't know. I have to think about it. But yeah, good stuff here. I am intrigued to see what I come up with. Obviously, I'm still prior to recording this, still working on the booking, and obviously, I hope to get it out by my first episode by the end of the month. But if not, I will make sure I'll let you know on my Twitter. If you go on Stuart Irvine 91 at Stuart 91 on Twitter, I will let you know what the plan is. Obviously, you want to go on my Instagram at Irvine Stuart on Irvine lowercase line thing and that kind of stuff. It'll be in the description below for my Instagram. That's usually where I post most of my stuff as well, more on Instagram than Twitter. So if you want to find out anything, go in there. So yeah, so big plans for the channel this year. Obviously, it's going to hopefully be more TEW 2020 TEW 2020 Modern Day WWE Save content. Obviously, I do plan to do some maybe more, possibly maybe do a bit more, stuff like review matches, that kind of stuff. That's kind of always been a thing I want to do. I've kind of done it on every platform when it comes to writing it and reviewing it on podcast, but now I'm going to try and do a video form. So fingers crossed it goes well. That's the plan. So yeah, just testing out things this year, see what works, see what doesn't. But most of the content I'm going to have this year is going to be TW fantasy booking. So if you like that, please like and subscribe. And please leave a comment in this video to let me know what you think I've done right, what I think I've done wrong, what you kind of think booking, what I should do booking in the future. And yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've been Stuart Irvine, and yeah, I'll be back with season 2, and I've got a lot. I'm working on it, but I've got a lot of big plans. So make sure you don't miss anything. So have a good rest of the start. Hope you have a good start 2023. Sorry this video's been out quite late. It's because I've been new job, and then obviously I got that Christmas illness that everyone got, so it kind of blew me back. So fingers crossed, it's all behind me, and we can start 2023 with a bang. So see you in my next video. Have a great rest of the week, and bye everyone. Bye.